Lady Yuna, forgive me.
Welcome! It's explaining some bollocks I don't care about. Welcome to the Maze of Sorrow. Look at your party. It's just Yuna. Hooray. What is this? Kira. Why am I going this way? Am I doing something in this direction? Magic defense, agility, magic, evasion. All of those would be pretty good to have. Really, I need to be going that way though, so let's grab Kira. We'll skip that magic +3 node. Do I want to? I like the music down here, by the way. No, we'll grab it. 3 magic is actually pretty substantial. The stats in this game aren't too crazily bloated, and we can get all the way down here, so... pretty much perfect. Basically how I wanted that to go, and we got another 4 magic too. I can't remember the stat caps. I think it's something like 256 or something is the stat cap. We're at 43 magic. Yes, because that's all there is to it, and I don't think there's anything we can actually give her to get her in a better position, really. She's already in a pretty good position. So, with Yuna being the only person in your party, really you're going to be mostly relying on summons in this area. For now. Yeah. And to speed this process up a little bit, we're going to head straight north before I do anything else, which has some risks, some innate risks involved. Doing this prior to getting anyone else obviously creates issues, but hey. What I want to do is I want to actually get in here. I think I can do this now. I may actually have to wait for this. Either way, it's a good place to get Yuna leveled up. She actually has magic. So she could kill these herself, which I'm actually fairly tempted to do. And we'll leave a summon for a more difficult fight, for instance. These probably cause some sort of status ailment, which is kind of risky to do it this way. That's one of the easier fights you can actually get in this area. As to be expected, it's only 2 enemies and their floating eyes, so... A black magic sphere! Can I do anything with this? How do I use this thing? It says it in here somewhere. Let me step on it, the teleport pad outside has moved to a new area. That doesn't seem to be working, so I guess I'll have to do that later. I do want to actually do that. We may have to teleport to do that, so let's see if we can get a quick teleport to the right, because that's the direction I'm going anyway, and we won't miss anything. There we go. There's Kimari Ronso. Hello.
Yuna, sorry we left you alone.
No, it's okay.
Poor Yuna. It's actually the only time in the entire game where your party leader, as in the person on the map that you're controlling, is not Titus, or Titus, or Humphrey. Humphrey saves the world, and this is one of the fights I'd rather not deal with. So let's go ahead and summon Revomans here. He's quite powerful as Revomans, and can break the damage limit at the start of the game. Well, actually, when you get him. It's not really the start of the game, but when you get him, he's capable of breaking damage limit. He's also the only story Esper capable of that. Summon, Esper, Aeon, whatever it is.
Oh my!
That's what I would say too. He knows black magic, level 3 black magic actually, so he's quite powerful. He also knows impulse, which is really slow and generally not your best idea. He's actually weak to Thundaga, so we'll go ahead and do that. I don't know if he's accurate enough to hit these little dudes, so I may actually end up using Impulse to do that. You can see how just insanely powerful he is, especially considering the enemies you fight in this area. I think Impulse should kill him in one go. It may have killed the Elemental too. So basically that's what you do in this area. You summon Bahamut, which is who this is. Let him murder everything, and then you go to the next fight. It's a terrible place to get experience for anyone but Yuna because of how the fights are set up and the characters you have in this area. Yeah, we'll keep going this way. Hello. There's 3 people here.
There must be an exit somewhere. We
It's all
search.
your non-swimmers. The exit is right there, by the way. That's the exit. The pad doesn't do anything. Going south leads nowhere, so we're going to go ahead and wrap back around to where we started. This is a fight we're going to do without the summon. I'm mostly doing it without the summon because I can't be bothered doing the summon animation all the time. Even Kamari can overkill these things, and he's not even that powerful. It's actually kind of crazy. Basically, I want to get out of this place as quickly as possible without missing any of the treasure, because the treasure here is actually pretty good. Let's investigate this to see if it's a trigger for anything. I don't think it is, but that's where we're trying to go with that thing I did at the very beginning of this area. But you may have to have all 3 characters before you can do that. So do I. So do I, Arn. I like how bluntly he says that, just suddenly, I hate this place. Alright, yeah, I agree. You're not wrong. And in this fight...
Please.
Okay, in this fight we're just gonna Impulse. It should kill everything anyway. This is primarily what you do. Didn't overkill the one in the middle, but we do have an overdrive that I could show off. We can't use this summon in the near future anyway for boss fights, so we don't need to go down that path. It's just a trap. We do, however, need to go down this path where our friend Lulu is.
Lulu.
It's okay, I know.
I wonder how Waka's handling this. Probably really poorly. And there's one more treasure apart from the treasure in that, quote, hidden room over there. And it's all the way down here. Basically right next to where we started. This looks familiar. And it's actually kind of beneficial that Kamari is getting the... Oh, nice. Kamari is getting the actions here rather than Auron. Kamari is the one that's behind where Auron is, so... Darshibi. Maybe it's... I have to do something with this to get it to work. Okay, that did a thing. What did that do? Let's check the one where that black magic sphere was again. I don't remember the exact way to do this, and the guide I have from Bratty Games is god-awful. Kind of like every guide they make and sell. But, you know, it's the only one available when I got it. Oh, this sucks. You can get ambushed even when Yuna is the only one in the party, and it's entirely possible that they'll just kill you. So if you want to be really safe, go ahead and save when you first enter the area, because as you can see, it doesn't take much to kill her, and I feel like overdriving these guys just because they're rude. So we're going to have Revo Mans here go ahead and nuke everything to death and see just how much damage he can pull off. It hits like a truck, by the way. 7,800, not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. It's also non-elemental, so that's actually kind of nice. We should heal before I forget. I'll just top everyone off, it's fine. I thought there was like a party-wide heal that you could do. This appears to be non-functioning anymore. What's up with this one? This one's just glowy. Okay, now it does something. Okay, that's what I want. That'll take that teleport pad all the way up to the north, which is required to get into the room over there. Sadly, there's no quick means of getting back up there. We have to actually run all the way around. And it's slow and tedious, and we have to do this every time a fight comes up. We don't have to, but it is the safest way of dealing with these fights. Especially with no Tidus in the party, or Humphrey. It's very difficult to deal with those small, quick enemies that tend to spawn here. The fish are slow, because they're out of water. It's really easy to hit when they're out of water. Little dudes, not so much. And not too far from now, we'll actually have a very good leveling area. Also a very good area for wiping the party and getting a game over screen. Oh wait, does that open the gate and let you walk straight up here? Oh, I never knew it did that. Well, don't I just look like an idiot now? I always kept walking all the way around, I'm pretty sure. I didn't think it opened that. Well, that's handy. Yeah, summon. Actually, it wouldn't be a bad idea to get some overdrives on some Aeons. Actually, we can use Bahamut in the fight that's coming up. So we'll fill up his overdrive. I think we can use him in the fight that's coming up. Fill up his overdrive and fill up Shiva, Ifrit, and Valifor's overdrive, probably. We'll see about filling up all of them. It's not too tricky with those, so I should have just cast magic, but whatever. Might take a little bit, but it makes the upcoming fight a lot easier. Why can I not use this thing that I have placed thusly? This appears to be a non-physical object that does not work as I wish it. What the heck's going on here? I don't know. Let's go back this way. For future reference, inside that room is a skill sphere, a lucid ring, and 10,000 gil, which I would love to have. So it'd be great if that would work. It looks like this one doesn't work either. Do none of them work now? Did I break all the things? Did I touch something I wasn't supposed to? Let me look something up here. Doesn't say anything. So, as far as I'm aware, I didn't break all the things, but it would seem like I did. I should have summoned for that just to get the overdrive. Oh, and I should change Kamadi's overdrive setting as well. No, not that, this. Because Warrior's just a better setting. Well, at least this one's a physical freaking object. I really would like to get into that room. This thing appears to be broken. Maybe it was that glowy pad down here that was in, like, on the rubble that I touched when I shouldn't have? I don't know, maybe. This would be a... we'll actually summon Akasha, get her overdrive. Although...
Please
I'm
help
trying to
us.
remember who he summons. Or who we have to fight, sorry. And I don't think she's actually going to be at all helpful in this situation. I'll just Heavenly Strike one, it probably won't kill it, but maybe it will. I don't think her overdrive will actually be helpful in this situation. Causes stop, by the way. She also has really high evasion, which is pretty nice. I think she may have the highest evasion apart from maybe some of the later Aeons that are optional. She also might die here. Oh, well, that'll help survive. Nice. Alright, well, you're done. This does mean they're going to get some actions on us, though, and attack us, which is annoying. At least they should. Yeah. Gosh darned enemies. Can you kill it? Tanky. And there's only one left. Please hit Yuna. Oh, come on. Can you just hit Yuna? That'd be great. So we could get her overdrive. Avak is Ixion, so his will be... Alright. We don't actually have ones to properly combat anything, really. I think 3 overdrives plus Yuna is plenty, and we'll just get Ixion's. Like, it'll work, I guess. It'll be fine. We'll just boost. We can survive his hit, so... And then Thundara to keep ourselves topped up. Just in case, you know, if he decides to murder us, there's not really a whole lot we can do about that if we're not topped up. And I think hitting it will give us an overdrive. Nope, not quite, but it's still his turn, so it's fine. And it's dead. Perfect. Then we'll get Revoman's overdrive just from impulsing everything to death. That'll give us 3 overdrives, and then we just have to get Yuna's. Do we need to heal? Not really. Our Aeons need to heal, but there's nothing we can do about that. See, none of the pads seem to work anymore. Maybe I shouldn't have touched this thing. Maybe touching that thing breaks all of the pads, therefore nullifying the point of the pads, but whatever, I broke all the things. They'll get healed when I touch that save point up there in the north, by the way. So their health is basically irrelevant. You could land a little bit softer, Revocane, that'd be nice. I mean, you got these big, colorful wings. What? It's Rev. He's fine. He's at full health, and he's gonna have an overdrive. He'll be alright. 3,400, good god. Impulse is powerful and it hits everything, but it's also slow. So if you end up not killing anything, you put yourself at much greater risk of taking damage when using that. And none of these pads work anymore. So clearly I broke all the things and am missing something, so apologies, but there's some sweet items in there. So if you don't do what I do and screw everything up, you should be doing pretty well. What are these guys weak to? Ice? Let's get rid of at least one of them, hopefully. Hopefully they're not resistant. They kind of are, but it still kills them. Well, there's our overdrive, as long as she doesn't die. Which she might. Nope. Nice. And Kamari is the most accurate of those two, so... Well done! So we've got 4 Aeon overdrives going into this upcoming situation here, which I've already kind of spoiled, but hey. It's Final Fantasy X. If you don't know what's going on, you've like lived under a rock or something, I don't know. Although I do try not to spoil it too much for those of you who do care. Like I have spoiled a few numerous things along the way, but some people really might not have noticed. Really? We take one step into this area and it spawns this unique enemy. I hate you with a passion. So hopefully it doesn't kill us. We might be able to kill it in one shot here. Yeah. Those are just like the Thunder Plains ones, except they're the opposite. They cast the opposite spell and they're weak to the opposite thing. I'm just gonna touch the sphere. It even moved, really. Before we go in, actually, because this does make her Aeons more powerful, it's in our best interest. Well, that's not really useful. It's in our best interest to actually power up Yuna before we go in here. And there's really little reason not to, so have at ye, as they say. As basically nobody says, but hey. Don't need to do anyone else, just her. She's the important one here. And I am gonna heal her. It's a giant waste of a high potion, but hopefully we can get here without another encounter. Come on, you suck, game. At least it wasn't an ambush, so we can just do this. Was it water? No, it's thunder. Okay. Those are really easy fights for the experience they give. Of course, again, we are quite powerful, so
Lady
hopefully you can
Yuna,
one-shot
so
this.
It is you.
Why are you here?
We rode the airship to the Calmlands, then came to Bevel. Maester Kinnock summoned us then, ordered us to deal with the traitors. You will fight us? The Temple's orders are law. Even if you are Lord Braska's flesh and blood. You're a traitor.
His guardians, I don't see them.
Maroda and Passe are not here. I will do this unhappy deed myself. Forgive me, Lady Yuna.
Summon a battle! It actually starts off with Ifrit, so having Shiva's overdrive is actually pretty beneficial here. I didn't think he actually summoned Ifrit. Turns out he's actually summoning something entirely different than what he did in the original version. Oh my god, his has a full overdrive. Okay. I have no idea how many HP this guy has because this is an entirely different summon than before. His summon's overdrive is also full, which as you imagine is bad. So if we don't one-shot him, he's going to kill Akasha. Probably. Actually, we can get 2 hits in, so let's cast Blizzara just to get a little tiny bit of extra damage in. It's actually pretty substantial damage, all things considered. So hopefully this one-shots the thing, otherwise we're going to have an issue. It does, okay. In the original version, he summons Ixion, or sorry, he summons Valifor, Ixion, and then Bahamut. He appears to be summoning a different version, or different Aeons now. It's probably the Aeons he summons in the international version, and I was just unaware of that. Or I can't remember him summoning what he summoned last time I played this, which I believe was the international version. Oh, he does summon Valifor. Maybe just one of his summons is random, or I'm very confused about what's going on. I'm not entirely sure. We're gonna go ahead and summon Rev for this one, because we can't summon him for the next one, so there's very little reason not to use him. And really, if things go poorly, well, there's not really a whole lot we can do. If Yuna gets murdered, that's basically it, so... Now this guy has more than 10k, but I don't know what his defense is, so we're going to take a swipe at him. His defense is pretty good. We're gonna trade blows, or well, I use trade blows loosely because he missed. We're gonna trade blows for a little bit here to whittle his health down. He does almost no damage to Bahamut. Now what's his overdrive at? I don't really feel comfortable hitting him again, so we're just gonna Mega Flare, which is gonna fill his overdrive, and if it doesn't kill him, he'll probably murder us, so hopefully it does. Come on, Bahamut. 8,000 and an overkill. Good. This is going basically flawlessly. And if you're curious, it boots you out of the battle every time to force your summons out. You'll notice it ends and then restarts every one of these battles. Otherwise, the game has no way to force your summons out apart from killing them, which would make no sense in this battle. So, welcome to Bahamut. Or his Bahamut, which has much more HP than ours, but whatever.
I cannot let you pass.
I know. Now his has a very interesting mechanic to it, and we're gonna summon Avak. We may as well. He's already got the overdrive, so. So his has an interesting mechanic in that he basically has a countdown to the point where he nukes you. So just be aware of that. Eventually he'll start counting, and if it hits 0, he'll nuke you, so make sure you're shielding. It's very similar to other fights where we've used Aeons, really. That was a weird animation. There it goes. This is all he does. I'm pretty sure he doesn't do anything else. He may use Impulse or something, I'm not sure, but he's already down to half, so. And we're gonna go ahead and shield. And I'm likely going to go ahead and dismiss. Oh, it's an extra turn, that's right. I'm likely going to go ahead and dismiss Avak and grand summon someone, just so we can get the overkill on this. Although, actually, I don't think there's any overkill bonus on the experience for this, so we're just going to kill him. I don't think it matters. Just pick Avak up and carry him over there. If you're not shielding, it'll kill you, by the way. You could probably tell just by looking at the amount of raw damage that just did. Hitting him barely fills his overdrive gauge. It won't actually affect the countdown. This is basically a scripted fight for all things considered. He should be almost dead. We may be able to finish him before this countdown. Come on, Avak. Come on, Avak. Come on, do I do it? Do I risk it? Do I try? He's been below half health for a while now. Nah, we'll shield. We'll play it the safe way. He's probably one hit away, just taunting me now. Sadly, we have to watch his full animation every time. It does this regardless of what your settings are, which is annoying. Watch it be one hit. Yep, one hit. Game, why you gotta do that to me? Every time I do something. Just every time I'm like, no, we won't risk it. It's always perfectly fine to risk it because he would die anyway, but whatever. Can be a tricky fight if you don't know it's coming because it comes after that area and you know you're not ready or for anything, so just be aware of that.
Stay away.
If you have overdrives, it's really easy.
Yuna, let's go.
There's a way to the surface up ahead.
Your pilgrimage is over.
Now, we should probably split this video like before this, because it's been 57.5 minutes. We'll see if there's an easy place to split it. If there's not, it's just going to be a really long video and you'll just have to deal with it. But in the meantime, it's going to be the end of this, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.